Raider Nation, what's going on? You guys are watching the Raiders Report, and we are live here in Las Vegas. If you want to come hang out with me and the entire nation, all you got to do, come on down to Tailgate Social in Las Vegas. I'm going to be live tomorrow for a watch party. So the whole thing that we're doing here on today's show is I'm breaking down, I'm looking overall, who's going to win this Raiders-Ravens game. I'm going to tell you who's got the advantages, who's got the disadvantages. So go down to the comment section right now and predict the score. Las Vegas Raiders up against the Baltimore Ravens. Go down into the comment section right now and let me know. No matter the location, from O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider. All right, y'all, so we got this matchup coming up here again. Ravens against the Raiders, Monday Night Football. When you look at the odds in this one, minus 4.5 points. The total over-under is 50.5. Monday Night Football, we get to open it up to the entire world, and I can't wait to see what Derek Carr, but not only Carr in the offense, for this team to be able to actually take that next step, to be able to do something, the defense really needs to be able to step up. If you want to go ahead and bet and put your money where your mouth is in this game, you can go ahead and do it at the STN Sports app. It's literally here at Palace Station. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/STN, and you can go ahead and bet on the Raiders. Coolest part is they get a 10% deposit bonus, so if you want to put down $50, you get $60 or you get $10 for free, right? So up to 10%. If you want to go ahead and put even more money down, you can go ahead and you can do that. So again, it's chatsports.com/STN. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be going through, and I'm going to show you guys quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, and then I'm going to tell you who has the advantages and who has the disadvantages. So when you look at the quarterback position, I simply think that the advantage is going to go to Lamar Jackson. It's going to go to the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm not trying to hate on my guy DC. It's just overall, he's the better quarterback, right? Now, let's look at some of their stats from the last season. 16 games for Carr, 15 games for Jackson. Overall, the yards, 4,103 for Carr, 2,757 for Jackson. 26 passing touchdowns, 27 for Carr. Interceptions are the same, but it's the running ability. It's really the ability to be able to take the ball and do whatever you want. Like, you can't scheme for somebody as talented as Lamar Jackson. That's why I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give a heads up and a shout out to him for being the overall better player than DC. But Carr, he's going to have a hell of a game. I can't wait to see ultimately what happens. So go down to the comment section right now and tell me who's the better quarterback. I want you to type DC for Derek Carr, or I want you to go ahead and type LJ for Lamar Jackson. Again, I'm going to go ahead and type LJ, but it's not me ripping on Carr. Jackson is one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league. Next position that we're going to go ahead and talk about is the running back position. Obvious advantage here for the Las Vegas Raiders. You got Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake. I'm going to put them in the discussion of being some of the best running back duos in the entire league. The Ravens, on the other hand, I like what J.K. Dobbins does. I like Gus Edwards, but they are just killed with injuries. You're talking about Latavius Murray, and you're talking about Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell and Latavius Murray were free agents not too long ago. That's why I'm really going to say Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, and even if you want to throw in Alec Ingold, that's great. But let's face it, the Raiders have a better running back room than the Baltimore Ravens. The next team coming up here is going to be around the wide receiver group. And if the Ravens were fully healthy, I might go ahead and say, okay, they might have the advantage. However, the Raiders right now with Henry Ruggs, with Bryan Edwards, with Hunter Renfrow, I mean, you guys can see some of the numbers there on screen, and I'm not even being able to bring up some of the other guys like Zay Jones. I want to see what Willie Snead can do in a revenge game. But when you look at see what the Ravens have, I mean, they got Devin Duvernay. No disrespect to him. He would be our fourth, fifth best wide receiver. Sure, Sammy Watkins is an interesting player as well, but he's got a whole bunch of injuries backed up. Marquise Hollywood Brown, it does actually look like that he's going to play. They're not going to have Rashad Bateman. Not having Rashad Bateman is definitely going to be a loss as well. So ultimately, top to bottom, I do think that the Raiders have better wide receivers and that they're deeper in terms of overall depth going into this game. So if you guys want to come watch the game with me and the rest of Raider Nation, you got to come to Tailgate Social. Chatsports.com/table is the link. You can either you can do that, or you can actually go ahead and just call them up, pick up the phone. I think you guys know how to work one of those things. Chatsports.com/table is how you get the hookup. Tell them that I sent you. You can also be entered to win some tickets as well, but I plan on trying to pack this entire thing with silver and black. So if you love the Raiders, come to Tailgate Social at Palace Station. Watch the Raiders Report. Watch it with me. Let's go to the tight end room here, where I got the Las Vegas Raiders. Obviously, Darren Waller, Foster Moreau. And I don't care about Mark Andrews. I don't care about all the other players that they got. Darren Waller, Foster Moreau, that's one of the best tight end duos in the entire league. Moreau is going to be a red zone monster this year. He might not finish the year with a lot of targets. He might not finish the year with a lot of catches. But you know what? He's going to be in the red zone. And the Ravens, I mean, they got some good guys there as well. However, Mark Andrews, he's the tight end one. When you look at the numbers from last season, 145 targets, 88 to Andrews, but the receptions, the yards. It's the consistency of Waller and the ability that literally nobody can cover this man. If he wants to get open, guess what? He's going to go ahead and get open. So what I want you to do, whether you're a Raiders fan or if you just stumbled across this because you know what? You were looking for some Ravens content, let me know down in the comments who's the better tight end. Type DW for Waller, or I want you to go ahead and type MA for Mark Andrews. Now it's time to go to the offensive line. When I really think about the offensive line overall, not having Richie Incognito, that's going to hurt. And for those of you that don't subscribe to the show or that you're not watching, Incognito will not play in this one. So not having him does hurt. Sure, the Ravens moved on from some other guys as well, but they have a lot more solid players, especially at tackle positions, interior, than the Raiders. They have a lot of question marks. I like what the Raiders have, but the advantage goes to Baltimore. So from top to bottom on the offense, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, who's got the better offense? Which offense do you think, if you were starting a team, you're like, all right, I'm either going to take the Raiders offense or I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens offense. If you're going to take the Raiders, go ahead and type 1. If you're like, you know what, man, I kind of like what the Ravens have, you can go ahead and type 2. Something that I really like, I like to bet on sports, and if you guys want to go ahead and bet on sports, I want you to listen up to the deal I got going on right now. Everyone, football season is finally here, and that means no better time to sign up for the STN Sports app from Station Casinos. It's the local betting app because it's trusted and consistent, and the robust in-play betting menu. You can go ahead and make games literally right here. That includes Station Casinos, Wildfires, and El Cortez Casino. And right now, the STN Sports app is going to give you up to $500 on that bonus money. So download the STN Sports app right now at chatsports.com/STN. And if you actually come in here to Tailgate Social and you show me the bets that you make, I'm going to make the exact same bets. So far, some of the bets that I've made, Raiders plus 4.5. Give me Las Vegas. 50.5 points. I'm thinking I might actually go ahead and take the over on that one as well. So if you guys want to make a bet with me, let's go ahead. Let's put our money where our mouth is. I would appreciate that. Make your bets at the STN Sports app. So the next thing coming up now is if we talked about the offense, got to talk about the defense, right? So at first, we're going to start with the defensive line. The Las Vegas Raiders have the advantage here. I understand that the Ravens have some solid guys up front. However, Yannick Ngakoue used to be on the Ravens. Revenge game here. Max Crosby. I like what the guys have on the interior as well. Quentin Jefferson, Jonathan Hankins. Hopefully going to have a big game for Clelin Ferrell. Solomon Thomas, Darius Philon, even Gerald McCoy. For the first time in a long time, I think the Raiders in the interior are probably better suited than a lot of other people are going to give them credit for. Now, sure, we've talked about this over the last, freaking 2 years, right, that we're finally going to have a better offense or a defensive line. It just finally needs to be able to happen. And I think that this unit, meshed with Gus Bradley, it's going to be able to happen. Let's now go to the linebacking unit now, where I got advantage again to the Las Vegas Raiders. This one was really, really close, and not trying to take away from what Baltimore has, but this linebacking unit for the Raiders, I really do honestly believe is one of the better units in the entire league. You got Corey Littleton, Nick Wachowski, and now, KJ Wright. He's definitely the trendsetter. Divine Diablo, Javen White's on IR, Nicholas Morrow also on IR, and then Denzel Perriman. So I do think from top to bottom, the Raiders have that advantage, but Patrick Queen is no slouch whatsoever. They also have some solid guys, but losing Matt Judon, he was probably more of an edge rusher. That does definitely hurt him out a lot. Now, if you guys love the silver and black, if you love the Raiders, guess what? I got free videos coming at you 365 days out of the year. If that sounds good to you, take a second, look underneath the video, and then click that big red button, turn it gray. That way you can go ahead and subscribe. That way you're never going to miss anything going on with the Raiders. All right, we got to talk about the defensive backs now. And this one, I've been kind of going back and forth. When I first designed this show, I was like, Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, best cornerback duo. However, Marcus Peters just tore his ACL, and he's out for the season. Even that being said, Marlon Humphrey is one of the best cornerbacks in the entire league. Their safeties are a little bit unproven, but guess what? A lot of our players are kind of unproven too. So until I see that defensive back room actually shut some people down, I'm just going to go ahead and say it's the other team because the Ravens, they got the best defensive player in Marlon Humphrey. Now, before I give you guys my last thing, which is going to be special teams, because believe it or not, kickers, they're people too. If you have any questions going on, don't be afraid ever to hit me up on Instagram at Mitch'S365. Or if you want to come party with me tonight in the Black Hole, these tickets were going for $300 a pop. Message me on Instagram. I'm going to get you in, okay? DM me at Instagram, Mitch'S365. If you're Las Vegas, open bar party, I'm going to get you in. That's all I'm going to say. Last thing we're going to go to now is the kickers, Baltimore Ravens, and it's Justin Tucker. Daniel Carlson, if you guys watch the show, you'll know that I'm a big-time Daniel Carlson fan. However, Justin Tucker might be the best kicker in the entire league. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and go him. All right, y'all, so who's got the better defense? I want you to go ahead and type Gus if you think it's the Raiders, or if you think it's the Baltimore Ravens, you can go ahead and type Wink. So I either want you to type Gus, or I want you to go ahead and type Wink. If you don't know, Wink, nickname, Gus Bradley. We're starting to connect the dots here, right? So again, we're here at Tailgate Social for the Raiders up against the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football. One more time, I want you to go down in the comments because coming up here, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my score prediction for this one. When you look at the Ravens -4.5, when you see that this total over-under in this one is 50.5, the Raiders, Jon Gruden, 1-4 all-time against Baltimore, guess what? I don't give a shit. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders 27-24. 3-point win. It's going to be close, but I do think having those extra running backs, having to be able to grind it out on the ground, and ultimately just having somebody who's not going to turn the ball over in Derek Carr, that's going to be the trendsetter for this Las Vegas Raiders team.